Hello. In Basic Comp this quarter, we're going to write 2 essays, and one will be an informative essay, and it will be a pretty traditional essay. What I want you to do, what we're going to do in this video is just briefly explain. I've got a handout for you, but explain what each of these kinds of essays is, and how you might possible topics that would work for them, or just example topics. So the first kind of essay is a descriptive essay. In a descriptive essay, you describe. You use the 5 senses and you describe something. I might describe my house. I might describe my favorite meal. I might describe downtown Northfield. I might describe Arcadia School. And you specifically use really clear details, vivid details in and your senses. So what you see, what you smell, what you touch, maybe what you taste, what something sounds like. The next essay is an examples essay. In an examples essay, you give examples to illustrate a point. So I might want to write about, I might title my paper, What is Freedom? And so I'm taking an abstract quality and I write different examples that illustrate that bigger topic. So I might write this works really well for an abstract quality. I might say, what is a well-educated person? And then give specific examples of of someone who is or would be considered well-educated. All right, an extended definition is a little similar. Let me compare. If you were to look up education in the dictionary, you'd get a short little, this is what education is. If you were to look it up in an encyclopedia, you would have columns of what education is. And that would be a more extended definition. In an extended definition, you tell what something is, you explain what it isn't, where you might find it, what it might look like. Often, remember in middle school, we would use the phrase, what does it look like, feel like, sound like? You would include those elements in an extended definition essay. The next one is a narrative. And in a narrative essay, you narrate events. You tell about something that happened. I had a student once in his narrative essay wrote about the time he fell and almost sliced his nose off. It was kind of gross. I didn't know that was coming, and I had to put the paper down for a couple of minutes. But he told all of the events that led up to that situation. And then he told all of the events afterwards and how it all healed. Now it's great. And actually, I would not even, he didn't really slice it off. But so a narrative essay narrates the events. It tells something that happened in the order that it happened. Then let's go back up here. Similarly is a process essay. But a process essay explains how something is done. I could write a process essay on how to bake bread, or how to prepare my garden for the summer, or I'm getting so good at this, I could do a process essay on how to do online classes. And so you tell the step-by-step things that you would do to accomplish that. A historical essay, another type of informative essay, is when you take an event in history and you explain it. And it can be chronological or it could be topical. So let's say I want to write an essay on one of the battles of the Civil War. And I might explain it from the general's perspective, from a soldier's perspective. And then I might include this and this and this happened. I might include cause and effect, what led up to that battle and what were the results. So an historical essay, also you're explaining when you're writing an historical essay, the importance of that event. A biographical essay is similar. I might pick Benjamin Franklin, and I could do something chronologically, but I could also do something topically. And I could talk about his upbringing and his education and his inventions. But mixed in with that, I'm not just reporting. Remember in an earlier video, we talked about the difference between a report and an essay. And so essays are thesis driven. So my thesis might be Benjamin Franklin's upbringing had him well set for his future success as an elder statesman or something like that. So you, in both a historical and biographical essay, you need to explain the importance of these events. It's not just giving the details of the events or giving the details of the person, but why is this person important? Why is this event important? A classification essay is an essay where you classify aspects of something. So I might look at the nursing profession and what are the types of nurses, an RN, an LPN, and a personal care attendant. I might look at the different classifications of essays or of nurses. And so in a classification essay, you're thinking categories. You might do a classification, and I've had a lot of essays on this, on the classification of students. There's someone wrote, it was really a funny essay, but he gave different names to the kinds of students. Another student recently wrote an essay on classifications of types of mothers. That was funny, and I tried not to be offended because I think he didn't like my type of mothering. Who knows? Anyway, so then those are all kind of one-part essays, and then we get to the two-part essays, and these are still informative essays. You can do a comparison contrast. In a comparison contrast essay, you explain how things are similar and how they're different. You can do a cause and effect. This happened and these were the results. You can focus more on what happened, or you can focus more on the results of something that happened. You can do a problem solution where you explain what a problem is and then potential solutions. Again, you can focus on the problem or you can focus on the solution. And then there's the multi-part essay, and that's an essay of evaluation where you choose a topic and you choose criteria to evaluate it. I might write an evaluation on what makes the best pizza place in town. So how would I evaluate? How would I decide what is good? The price, the taste of the crust, the sauce, the atmosphere, all of those things. So first, in an evaluation essay, you explain your criteria, and then you apply that criteria to your topic. So these are the types of informative essays, and you are to choose one of these types, or you choose a topic and decide which kind of essay will most fit that topic.